Welcome to today's meditation. Find a comfortable position and let your eyes close when you're ready. Before we begin, a brief reflection on today's theme. Lao Tzu wrote, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." We hear that and think it's about ambition, about starting something big. But most of the time, moving forward isn't dramatic. It's getting out of bed when you'd rather not. It's sending the email you've been avoiding. It's showing up again after yesterday didn't go the way you wanted. Moving forward doesn't require confidence. It doesn't require a plan. It just requires the next step. Not the perfect step, not the right step, just a step. Today, let's sit with what it actually feels like to keep going. Let your body settle wherever it is right now. Notice the weight of yourself against whatever is holding you up. A chair, a cushion, the floor. You don't need to arrange yourself perfectly. Just notice where gravity is doing its work. Take one breath that's a little deeper than usual and let it go. One more, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now let your breath return to whatever it wants to do on its own. Notice your hands. Are they holding anything? Tension maybe. A phone you just put down. The remnants of whatever you were doing before this. Let them soften. Your shoulders too. They're probably closer to your ears than they need to be. Let them drop. Good. You're here. That's enough. Moving forward is one of those things we think we understand until we actually try to do it. We picture it as clean and linear, a straight path from where we are to where we want to be. Step after step after step. But that's not how it works. Real forward motion is messy. It's 2 steps ahead and 1 step sideways. It's starting over on Tuesday because Monday's attempt didn't stick. It's realizing halfway through that you're headed in a slightly different direction than you planned. And that's not failure. That's what moving forward actually looks like. Think about something you've been trying to move forward on. Maybe it's a project you've been stalling on. Maybe it's a conversation you know you need to have. Maybe it's a change you've been circling around for weeks, or months, or years. Notice what happens in your body when you think about it. Does your chest tighten? Does something in your stomach shift? That's resistance, and it's completely normal. We think resistance means we're not ready, that we need more preparation, more information, more confidence. But resistance isn't a signal to stop. It's a signal that something matters. You don't feel resistance about things you don't care about. Here's what nobody tells you about moving forward. It almost never feels like progress while you're in it. Progress feels like confusion, like doubt, like, am I even doing this right? You only recognize it as forward motion when you look back. A year from now, you might look at this period of your life and see all the small steps that added up. But right now, in the middle of it, it just feels like stumbling. And stumbling is moving. We have this strange idea that we need to feel ready before we act. That confidence comes first, and then the step. But it's the other way around. The step comes first. Confidence follows. You don't learn to swim by reading about water. You learn by getting in and flailing around until something clicks. The flailing is part of it. The awkwardness is part of it. The not knowing is part of it. Let your breath settle for a moment. Notice how your body feels right now. Not to change anything, just to check in. Where are you holding on? Where have you already let go? Your body knows something about forward motion that your mind often forgets. Your body doesn't plan the next step while it's still taking this one. Watch someone walk. Each step is a controlled fall. You lean forward, lose your balance just enough, and your foot catches you. You've been doing that since you were a toddler, falling forward and catching yourself. That's all moving forward is. A willingness to lose your balance. Sometimes the hardest part isn't taking the step. It's letting go of where you've been standing. We get comfortable in our stuck places, not because they're good, but because they're familiar. The job you've outgrown but keep showing up to. The habit you know isn't serving you, but feels like home. The old version of yourself that doesn't fit anymore, but is easier than becoming someone new. Moving forward means grieving what you leave behind, even if what you're leaving behind wasn't working. There's a loss in every step forward, and we don't talk about that enough. It's okay to move forward and feel sad about it. It's okay to want change and resist it at the same time. Those feelings aren't contradictions. They're what it feels like to be human and growing. You can hold the grief and the hope in the same hand. You don't have to choose. Notice your breath again. Each inhale is a tiny step forward. Each exhale is a tiny letting go. Your body has been practicing this rhythm your entire life. Take in what you need. Release what you don't. Over and over, without planning it, without thinking about it. Forward motion at its most basic. Here's the thing about the next step. It doesn't have to be the right one. We waste so much time trying to figure out the perfect move, the optimal path, the decision we won't regret. And while we're calculating, nothing happens. An imperfect step taken today is worth more than a perfect step planned for someday. Because a wrong step gives you information. It shows you something. It moves the whole picture forward, even if it moves you sideways. Standing still gives you nothing but more standing still. And sometimes what looks like standing still is actually moving forward in disguise. Resting is moving forward. Processing is moving forward. Sitting with something difficult instead of running from it is moving forward. Forward doesn't always mean faster. Sometimes it means slower. Sometimes it means stopping, but stopping on purpose rather than stopping out of fear. There's a difference between choosing to pause and being frozen. You probably know which one you're doing. Think about the last time you actually moved forward on something. Not a big dramatic breakthrough. Just a regular step, something you'd been putting off that you finally did. Do you remember what it felt like after? Not triumphant, not heroic, more like relief. Like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. That's the secret of moving forward. It's almost never as hard as the anticipation. The thinking about it is heavier than the doing of it. Your mind will build a mountain out of every next step. It will compile lists of reasons why now isn't the right time. Not enough money, not enough energy, not enough knowledge, not enough support. And some of those reasons might even be true. But the question isn't whether conditions are perfect. The question is whether you're willing to move with what you have. Because you will never have everything you think you need. Nobody does. Everyone who ever moved forward did it with less than they wanted. Let your awareness rest in your body for a moment. Feel the ground beneath you, solid, present. Every step forward starts from where you actually are, not where you wish you were, not where you think you should be. Right here. This is your starting point. And it's a perfectly good one. As you go back into your day, carry this with you. You don't need the whole map. You don't need to see around the corner. Just the next step. Not the brave step, not the right step, just a step. And then another one after that. That's how everything that ever got done. Not by people who were ready, by people who started anyway. Begin to notice the space around you. The sounds in the room, nearby, far away. The air against your skin. The temperature. Feel your whole body here, present, breathing. Already in motion, already moving forward, even now. When you're ready, let your eyes open. Take your time. There's no rush. Whatever your next step is today, it's enough. You're enough to take it. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you next time, because meditation should be free.